So as per usual, you touch on something that is actually multifaceted and not as simple as you might first think. What's less maintenance? Being involved in a group, or the relationship between two individual people? The group is the much easier, lower maintenance route because there's more people involved. More people means less individual effort. Not necessarily. A community is normally formed around a person, a property, a thing, a place, a time, an event. When a group of people have the same relevant interests and thoughts around things, so of course it depends how deeply you're involved with that community, whether you're on the fringes of it, you just enjoy what's going on, or you're at the heart of it and you're involved in organising things and appreciating things more, being a part of the actual product itself that the community is based around. So it becomes much more than simply just watching and observing and consuming something to being directly a part of that, or if not directly part of it, you may be part of the force that organised the community which has sprung up unofficially around this one thing. So in some cases you are heavily involved in that community and you are responsible for it. Well, if you're responsible for it, it's difficult to just stand up and walk away from something. Whereas you could argue that the relationship between two people is two individuals, one another, and that obviously the relationship between the two, that could be more involved when you think about it, because you've got obviously this thing that connects the two of you. There's not a whole load of people with one shared interest. Usually it's two people with many shared interests. So it becomes more complex. There's more things that hold that relationship, that friendship together, that companionship. So owing to that, if one thing changes, it can throw off the whole dynamic and change things. Someone's view on a certain thing could change things. So it becomes really complex, and so it could be much more difficult to keep that one relationship in check as opposed to being part of a community. But then if you're part of the community, there's a lot of... What I'm trying to say is it's extremely complex, and the metrics that go behind that, as briefly discussed there, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you because it's all circumstantial. If I had to pick one without thinking about them too much, I would probably just say community, due to my heavy involvement in communities I'm based in, rather than just being someone on the outside consuming the thing that the community is based around. Because while individual friendship and relationships are difficult to maintain at times, and there's a lot more that goes into them, that's just a connection to one person. You have connections with hundreds of people, possibly maybe tens of people, even a few different people. Also, thinking about it that way, just one connection you have with one person, while complex, you can visualize that. But when you've got a connection to several other people, there might be this one connecting thing that connects all of these people, but then you get these complex bonds that eventually form between multiple people in the same community. It becomes more complicated, and suddenly you've got a scenario in which you're involved in a community, but you also have these close relationships with single people inside the massive community. So this is just another example of a multifaceted question that sounds simple when you first ask it. So I hope that made sense. It's been a long week since last Thursday. I've been talking about it on Twitter, why not going into it here. So I've been taking a bit of time away from the internet to sort some IRL stuff out today. So I joined one of my friend's Twitch streams quite late, and more or less as soon as I joined, someone threw 100 subs at him, gift subs. Turns out I'd missed a lot, and actually the total gift sub count was 1,400 gift subs, which when you take Twitter's cut out of that, that's equivalent to about £2,700 from one person. Not to mention the other subs that were coming his way from other people, probably off the back of that one extremely generous person who is known to the community. He's known for doing things like this, but still blow my mind. I'm still reeling about it, and I'm just someone in the chat looking at this happening. I don't know, it's just really cool to see a friend gain that much success in a short space of time. Just thought I'd end on that random good thing. Have a great day, keep mattering, and I'll see you on Monday.